A blessed day to you, brother. A blessed day to you, sister. My name is Mariano. I work with the LANIN Foundation in the role of president and as the coordinator for spiritual healing encounters in the presence of heaven. The first video, which is actually this one right here, is in fact a presentation of the foundation. And the second video will be about the cosmic system, and the third video will cover the family system. The LANIN Foundation was founded at the request of Christ. The task of the LANIN Foundation is the awakening of consciousness and to guide humanity as it moves toward the fourth and fifth dimensions. We are human beings who are in the third dimension, in a process of ascension toward the fourth and fifth dimensions. There are 56 dimensions. The Virgin Mary and the archangels, for example, are beings of the 56th dimension. And most of the beings named by religions, and many others that you don't even know of, all exist, distributed throughout the 56 dimensions. And above that is the Trinity, which is the union of three maximum energies that form the Great Father Mother. Christ is part of that Trinity, and he is the one in command of the planetary ascension process. In reality, everything is light, everything is energy. We are all beings of light, currently in a physical vehicle because we are learning within matter on a material planet. The fourth dimension, which is the next stage, the physical vehicle is 16 times less dense than this one. From the fifth dimension and up, it is only light, it is energy. We give higher beings names and forms so that we can understand them, and it's okay to do so, otherwise we wouldn't be able to understand them. And according to each culture and religion, the names and forms change, but we are referring to the same beings. For example, the Virgin Mary is that being of the 56th dimension that we here interpret as the Virgin Mary, and in the East they call her Kuan Yin. And in other cultures she is known by other names. On the real plane, she is neither the Virgin nor Kuan Yin nor anything else, she is light. But since we are in matter, we have to give her a name and form to understand her, and it's okay to do so, otherwise we couldn't understand them. The higher beings above are all together. Here they have been separated by religions. And it is the same for all of us who complete the learning process through suffering. It's a countdown to the second coming of Christ. This time he is not coming in the flesh. His second coming is within the heart of every human who returns to his kingdom. Since he is not coming in the flesh, he asked for the creation of the LANIN Foundation, which is his arm of action in the material world. The task of the LANIN Foundation is the awakening of consciousness and to guide humanity as it moves toward the fourth and fifth dimensions. We were created 21,000 million human beings. That is the number of human beings that we are, 21,000 million. Incarnated in a physical vehicle, there are approximately 7,700 million. We are all alive. Death does not exist. Being born and dying was for learning in the third grade in the third dimension. The truth is that we are eternal beings. Approximately 7,700 million are alive within a physical vehicle. The rest, up to 21,000 million, are alive without a physical vehicle. Those of us who have a physical vehicle at some point in the here and now must leave it behind. The difference from other times is that this time it's on a planetary scale. We all have to leave the planet because the Earth is going to be cleansed. In reality, it's the ascension of the entire universe which we experience from here. The entire universe is ascending. The Earth will be cleansed, improved. This time it will be by fire. The entire Earth will be set ablaze as a beautiful process of cleansing and transmutation for the planet. Since no physical vehicle can withstand the cleansing of a planet, we were given a choice to see who is ready to complete the learning through suffering and who is not. Of the 21,000 million, approximately half chose evil and attachment to matter. They will repeat the third grade. Evil does not go to the kingdom of light. The other half, approximately, said yes to ascension, yes to returning to the kingdom of light. That's out of the total. But since we are experiencing the process here on Earth, of those of us who are incarnated, approximately 2/3 chose evil and attachment to matter. About 5,200 million human beings approximately will leave in a terrible way. the Third World War, nuclear and final, the Northern Hemisphere will be set on fire, the climatic chaos from solar flares and famine. These are the three reasons why about 5,200 million human beings will disincarnate approximately. They were going to disincarnate at some point anyway. They are not going to die because there is no death. It is disincarnation. We all have to disincarnate at some point in the here and now. They leave, they stay on an intermediate planet waiting for the Earth to be cleansed, and once the Earth is ready to receive them, they return to Earth, thus incarnating and disincarnating for about 2,000 more years approximately. God willing, in that time they will learn, and the entire human race will ascend. They tell us the macro so that we know there is nothing we can do. This is a decision at an individual level. The remaining third, approximately, of those of us who are incarnated, we are also leaving because the Earth is going to be cleansed. We are leaving in peace, love, brotherhood, fraternity, and consciousness, guided by our elder brothers. It's an experiential, individual process, which is collective because it is for everyone, and at the same time individual, directly with our elder brothers. The process is without human intermediaries. We do not ascend by believing in anyone or by following anyone. It is an experiential process, direct with our elder brothers. What remains now is to confirm on earth what we have already chosen in our souls. It's you, everyone you know, and everyone they know. In other words, there are two opposing processes happening at the same time. Those who are repeating are not aware of this process of ascension to the kingdom of light. And those of us who are going to the kingdom of light, we will see all that chaos on televisions, on cell phones, on electronic screens. In our field of action, we will be getting better and better. Two opposing processes happening at the same time. The final process is that we have to leave the earth because the earth is going to be cleansed. Both are processes. Both are without rush and without pause. There are no breaks. There's no rush either. They are two opposing processes happening at the same time. What remains now is to confirm the ascension. The way to confirm it is to become aligned both in the family system and the cosmic system, to which we all belong, though we are currently out of alignment. Once the critical mass of 144,000 human beings awakens to the real and only process of ascension, which is this one, aligned in both systems, receiving directly from heaven, that will make it so the approximately 2,500 million who are also going to the kingdom of light will know the same as those 144,000. Wherever they are, they will know what to do to get aligned. And once we are all aligned, Christ descends to earth within the heart of every human who returns to his kingdom. We are going to awaken the inner Christ, and we are going to see Christ in everyone. The task of the LANIN Foundation is to awaken the consciousness of the critical mass. For that, there is a chosen piece of land, 8 kilometers from Junín de los Andes in Neuquén, Argentina, that when the Foundation takes possession of the place, 4 central vortexes will open to illuminate the planet. It will be the beacon of the world. That is the task of the LANIN Foundation, the beacon of the world, the place cited by Solari Paravicini to awaken the critical mass. There will be a center for meditation, spiritual healing, and planetary ascension. And once we are all aligned and have lived paradise here on earth, we evacuate through that land in ascension tubes to planets of the 4th and 5th dimensions. Again, they tell us the macro so that we know that will be happening. Unconsciousness is what creates our suffering. That is why heaven came to raise our consciousness so that we stop suffering. Let's continue learning without suffering. There is much love from heaven, and they are not on vacation, they came to help us. These are sacred times. What remains now is to confirm the ascension, and that happens when I become aligned in both systems. On earth, all human beings belong to 2 central systems. We belong to more systems. If you're at a job, that's a system. At a school, that's a system. From heaven, they illuminate the 2 central systems. The family system, the earthly family, the uncle, the grandfather, the son, which is illusory. The truth is, the family system was created for learning in the third grade, in the third dimension. On the plane of truth, we are all brothers and sisters. These are roles for learning. The thing is, until humanity awakens to the fact that we are all brothers and sisters, your parents are your parents, your children are your children, and there are laws that govern the family system. If we don't respect them, they are the source of the many reasons for human suffering on Earth. We will see that in the third video. And the other system we belong to, which is the true one and the way we ascend, is the cosmic system. The cosmic system is where we find all human beings as brothers and sisters. Our elder brothers, beings of higher dimensions distributed across 56 dimensions, who are lights just like us. We give them names and forms to be able to understand them, and it's okay to do so. Otherwise, we couldn't understand them. And the Trinity, which is the union of three supreme energies. Here we call it the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. In the East, it's called something else. On the real plane, they are three supreme spheres of light, united. Both systems are governed by laws that are absolute and were created so that we are all well. Therein lie all the reasons for human suffering, in not respecting one or more laws of both systems. If I remain out of alignment, that misalignment will affect my mental state. If I remain out of alignment, that misalignment lowers your emotions. And if I remain out of alignment, it reaches the physical body. From a sore throat to cancer, it means the misalignment has reached the material plane. If it has reached the material plane and I have to go to the doctor, I go to deal with the 3D. Now, if I don't align with the reason that caused an illness to manifest, then either the cure doesn't appear, or even if a doctor cures me, in time I get another illness. Heaven focuses on the root of suffering, which is the alignment of both systems. That's why when you become aligned in both systems, that alignment descends mentally, emotionally, and physically. That's why being aligned and being healthy are synonymous. There are three laws for each system. We will see this in the following videos. Here on Earth, like the entire universe, is truly a school for learning. Since it's material, learning occurs through a physical vehicle, constructions, cars, a great play where learning takes place. That will fall away. What's important is the learning. Here we are on a fallen planet, one that we, human beings, brought down. The last fall was in Atlantis, approximately 13,500 years ago, where we used the power of God, which is always meant for everyone to be well, for private benefit. We fell because of arrogance and pride. Arrogance is in relation to heaven, believing myself to be as great as or greater than a superior being, or that for me there is no one above. The truth is, we are all tiny in relation to that superior being. There are 56 dimensions, and above them is the Trinity. And the other central reason for the fall is pride. Pride is in relation to another human being, believing or feeling superior to another human being. Because whoever believes or feels superior to some human being also feels inferior to others. Both things are an illusion. Whatever we do, whatever we have, it's impossible to be superior or inferior to other human beings. We are one more light among 21 billion. Those were the two central reasons for the fall. That is why there are impure beings in relation to us coexisting on the planet. What we call the demons, the darkness. They manifest as energy. Due to their level of consciousness, they believe what they do is right, sucking energy, getting inside the fields of humans who open the door to them. We fell because of arrogance and pride, and since then we have been incarnating and discarnating until now. We have all killed, raped, been in the darkness, betrayed, and scammed at some point in our lives. Babies do not exist on the real plane. A 1-month-old baby is a being of light like us who fell in Atlantis due to arrogance and pride, and has been incarnating and discarnating, being a victim and perpetrator of all the fallen energies, and has been on Earth for a month. The accounts are settled with heaven, not among ourselves. We will see that in the cosmic system with the law of balance. Well, I wanted to share this with you. The task of the LANIN Foundation is in the Argentinian and Uruguayan territory. The accounts are settled with heaven, not among ourselves. We will see that in the cosmic system with the law of balance. Well, I wanted to share this with you. The task of the LANIN Foundation is in the Argentinian and Uruguayan territory. Both territories will be a beacon for the whole world, not for Argentinians and Uruguayans. The territory, this is for all human beings. And even if there's a civil war before, at least here in Argentina, hopefully not, it will depend on the individuals. If there is a surrender to heaven, that will not happen. And if not, those who have the murderous energy will be impacted as it reaches the material plane. When the murderous energy reaches the material plane, you either kill or are killed, or there's suicide or a fatal accident. That is when it reaches the material plane. Even if there isn't a civil war, what comes later in these territories is the union of all in Christ's plan, which is this one. It is our turn to receive our brothers who are driven out by the fire of the north. That is the task on a planetary scale for these territories. These are sacred times. The best is yet to come for this part of the process, and the worst is yet to come for the other part of the process. What we hear about the apocalypse is already happening and will only intensify. We are not going to experience it. We are being told this so we can be at peace. Unconsciousness is what creates our suffering. Two opposing processes happening at the same time. I want to tell you that the LANIN Foundation consists of three central pillars. This time, the superior beings are not coming in incarnated form, so they need humans to fulfill roles. They don't need everyone. There is a single plan with Christ in command, the LANIN Foundation as its arm of action in the material world, and then us humans who fulfill roles. All roles are equally important. They need all of us, and none of us are indispensable. The plan continues on because it is truly Christ's plan. This is something far beyond us. So when you feel the call, please join us. Contact the foundation to participate actively. One of the pillars is related to dissemination. Dissemination on social media, spreading everything the foundation releases. We are on several networks on the website. There is a free digital book on the website with all this information, plus the laws of both systems. It's all there. And the process is experiential. Even if you read it and know everything, that doesn't make anything happen. The process happens when I actually do it myself. It's a very experiential process for me. The other pillar is donations. We need money, and a lot of money, to bring the plan from heaven down to earth. We have to build a branch in the Uruguayan territory. We already have the land, the farm. We have to finish the exhibition center, which is being developed and constructed for the second collection of the foundation's paintings located in the beautiful city of Luján. There's also a film that we are preparing to release to the public. Well, there's a whole comprehensive plan in motion involving many steps and careful coordination. So if you feel inspired by this mission and if it's possible within your life's play, you can join in by donating monthly, weekly, or even daily, according to your own preference and ability. This is a deeply individual journey. It's an individual process, and when you do it, it's a sacred act, a meaningful gesture. You're donating to heaven itself so that it can bring its divine plan down to earth, making a real difference in the world. Where we're going, there's no money, right? Money is from the third dimension. In the fourth dimension, we'll still have a physical vehicle. It's 16 times less dense than this one. There's no longer a reproductive system. We've awakened to the truth. No one is born, no one dies, nor a digestive system. Nourishment comes from prana. Now, from the fifth dimension upwards is only light. It's energy. That's the truth of what we are. Everything is energy. We are light. In the donations pillar, besides donating money, You can also join in to transmit this so that other brothers or sisters learn about the plan, and can also join in to donate money. And the other pillar is supervision. Everything you're hearing, we experience it firsthand in the spiritual healing encounters in the presence of heaven, which have been taking place for about 11 years, almost every weekend. They take place in the Argentinian and Uruguayan territories in different cities. There's an auditory part where we listen to the laws, and then fields are opened, energies are channeled, superior beings descend, channeled by the very people who are there, and in relation to examples of human beings with their disorders, heaven illuminates us and shows us the healing, which is order. Meaning, any disorder that occurs, heaven orders it based on the laws, and once it's ordered, we can experience harmony in the field and healing. It's experiential. So when you feel it, join in. It's not necessary to participate in an encounter either. The fields are open. You belong to two central systems. The fundamental thing is that you become aware of the laws that govern those systems, and that you put yourself in order from now on. You can't go back. It's always a new here and now. Well, I wanted to share this with you in this video. I'm going to make a second video about the cosmic system and a third video about the family system. Well, that's it for this video, and we are blessed. Let's bring this video to a close. Thank you very much.